What up, Bag Talk family? Today we're sitting here with Terrell from Exotic TV. Everybody know him as Rel. And it's crazy because that's also my name. So it's like this episode, I don't even know who the real Rel is, but we're gonna let him be Rel. I'll be Terrell for today. But I'm excited for this, bro. Like Exotic TV is a huge channel, like over 200,000 subscribers. I believe 251K, which is insane. And so he's scaled his YouTube business to a large level, and we're here to talk about that. I know a lot of your followers are listening to this, so they're gonna like the questions we had, because we have some amazing questions, especially at the end. So make sure y'all stay to the end. But Newski, how you feel about this one, bro?
Yeah, I'm excited because it's a different type of episode, right? It's not like the regular financial literacy diving into stocks episode. It's more so a creative episode. So I'm excited to learn. I'm sure you guys will learn, and I'm sure you're gonna put us on game. So let's just kick it off, bro. Introduce yourself.
First and foremost, my name is Mellow Rel, Exotic TV Rel. Y'all should know me as. Thank y'all for having me today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna have a very productive conversation, and we're gonna be able to, articulate and get to the ins and outs of, the YouTube business and the financial side as well.
Yeah.
And some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely fun. Like we got Jenga here, by the way, especially people on podcasts. So y'all might want to check this out on YouTube. We got Jenga. We playing Jenga. We sipping on something. Me, I'm sipping on some juice because y'all know. I know I don't drink. I'm on my PG level. Y'all know me, but they got PG-13 levels. So
we're keeping it calm. We got stuff in the red cup. Nothing crazy. I promise y'all. Mom, if you're watching, I still love you. But we're just gonna sip, enjoy some Jenga. I'm gonna beat them in this because you already know how it is.
Crazy.
And then they can take some L's. That's all it is.
Never.
But let's kick it off, right? So I'm gonna let you start, bro. You can start with the Jenga, and then we'll ask you the first question.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, bro. Like, first of all, like, how did you get started in the whole YouTube thing, bro?
When I first started YouTube, this was like 2020 pandemic. I just got back from school. A lot was going on in my mind. I'm thinking of ways I can make money. I didn't want to just do an average job because I felt like it was put me in a position where once I go back to school again, I'm gonna be in the same cycle until I graduate. So at this point in time, I'm a mature young man. You know what I'm saying? I want my own money. I want my own. You know what I'm saying? I can't not have my own. I can't be in school in a predicament where I have no. A lot of times, you're a college student. You know how I feel. You just stranded. You got nothing. You got to call home. Like, yo,
I remember.
Send me some. That's like being in jail. Nobody sending you no money in your books. It's like being in jail. Nobody put money in your books. But so I'm like, how can I do this? So at the time, everything shut down. The whole world is digital. So I'm on YouTube and I'm just watching all these people do public interviews. I'm like, how are they still allowed to do this in these different parts of the world? Because we from New York. New York was like lockdown central.
Right.
So I'm seeing it. I'm like, they running up the numbers, and I'm like, all right, that has to be very like lucrative, and from a branding standpoint, because your faces and everything, and from like a standpoint of a job, career path. So I'm like, all right. I see what they doing. They kind of funny. Like, no shade, no hating. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, and some other YouTubers that I really did see, I'm like, they're inspirational. I really like what they doing. I like the creativity they doing with this. So I decided, like, I want to take that route. So me and my cousin and a group of my friends, we put a channel together. Named it Exotic TV. It was like 5 of us at first, but then over time, like, you know what I'm saying, it just became 2.
Okay.
So it's only me and my cousin Rob. He's not here right now, but that's the second member of Exotic TV. Shout out to Rob. And that basically like was the beginning of it. So we were going to malls, driving in the snow.
Right.
Like, we didn't care. Like, I had it in my mind. Like, my mind was made up. When I put my first foot forth, I don't stop. I just want to keep going.
So that part, right? Like, I was looking through YouTube and doing like just some research on it, and I think your first video, if I remember correctly, was like basically you're walking around, and according to YouTube, it was like a mall, I think, or somewhere where you're basically just asking questions to people, right?
Yeah.
And how did you think about that? Like, were you always creative in the mindset of, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to get into it, or like did you use other people's content to kind of motivate you?
So what I
do this. I don't even know what to do with this.
You gonna make it full.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Go ahead, bro.
Don't lose on the first go.
Fact.
Nah, that's crazy.
You better play it safe.
I'm a risk taker, bro. Y'all saw that? Yeah.
There you go.
So on the first video, yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Good.
He was thinking of like what would make the most sense based upon like what can go the most viral.
Yep.
They didn't go viral, y'all. But
go run that up right now, y'all. Go to this first video, run that up.
they didn't go viral, but so we would look at other popular YouTubers within the same niche of doing like the interviews and things of that nature. And at the time, like whatever the hottest video was, we would just alright, let's try to recreate it in our own way. So we would name it the same. We name it the same thing. Kind of try to mimic the thumbnail in a sense if we could to the best of our ability. And then we would just go out and do it. So what I noticed, like the other YouTubers sometimes may have lacked, they didn't layer their questions. So a lot of the times they would just jump straight into the question. So by them doing that, it put them at a disadvantage of a success rate of the content that you want. So in order to hide my success rates when I'm interacting with the viewers, the person in real time, I would lay the question. So I would be like, how's your day? I'll challenge them. Oh, you can handle a spicy question. At the time, a lot of the questions were like spicy, a little raunchy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was what the entertainment was about. So I asked them, like, could you handle that? So once I challenge them, I know mentally, like, especially women, because a lot of the questions are directed to women. They're gonna, oh, you trying to challenge me? I'm gonna take on that challenge.
Yeah.
So that, is a psychological trick in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And that would enable them to want to go farther deeper into the conversation. And it would also enable them to like show a different side that they wouldn't normally give to another interviewer.
Okay.
That's smart, bro. That's smart. That's a real tactic. I actually taking notes on that for real. Like you said, you kind of ease them into it before you ask them something like raunchy or something spicy and everything. It's like, so like, what would you say your struggles were early on though? Because like, even to pick that tip up, you must have probably had bad experiences asking questions and be like, how could I get them to be more comfortable? Or did you just learn that from somebody, like a mentor?
I didn't really learn it from them, but I feel like that was something that. Alright, so the YouTube thing is like talking to people with just like talking to people in real life. So like when I would talk to women, I'm talking to like a lot of the people are women. I'm talking to them. I would just jump in. Oh, let me come to your crib right now. Let me come to your crib. No, you're not gonna just do that. You're not gonna. I'm trying to get your rip. No, you gotta chill.
That's not how you do it. Dang. Like, it's like,
you could with something. I'm saying I'm not judging nobody, but I like to just get to it. There's no talking. But most of the time, especially the quality of females that I go for, you know what I'm saying, that I attract and I go for, like it's a little conversation in between. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to just jump in on that. I got some self-respect. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it classy, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. But yeah, that's basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? I just go talk to them. It's kind of like you just like, I would say you sweet talking them, or you like saucing them up. Like now they say Riz, the youngins.
You got Riz.
Saying youngins like I'm not. We all know.
Yeah, facts.
Saying Riz, but
like 37.
Like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that, and it's your ability to command the room. So it's like it's times where I've been in Times Square, and we in New York. In New York, Times Square is probably one of the most toughest places to do interviews. There's so much going on.
Facts.
Street performers, loud sounds. You got crazy homeless people running around. You got police chasing random people.
Yeah.
You got people sound loud in the corner. Loud.
Facts. All day long.
For real. Oh, but to capture somebody's attention all in that atmosphere, you have to command the room. So like, and that's outside, but you still command the room, that area. You got to make that sure. So that's the mentality I had anytime I went to Times Square or any other location. This is mine. I'm taking over.
Yeah.
All eyes on me. You gonna get in this interview? We gonna make a movie.
Facts.
Word.
So like basically, for someone who's starting, because there's a lot of people who say they want to do YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you guys want to be creators, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, whatever. So I think the biggest obstacle in people's head is they need to invest a lot of money to get started. They need the best camera, they need the best equipment, they need like 50 cameramen around them. But for you, how did you really start? And did you have all that equipment? Because obviously you grew a lot in this time period, right? So like, can you walk us through that?
I didn't know. At the point in time when I first started, I did not have any equipment. All I had was, motivation, some charisma, some energy towards it, and my iPhone. The iPhone really got us through it. So we had the iPhone.
He's cheated, y'all. Whoa, bro, he's cheated.
What? How I'm cheating?
You saw it, right?
How much? What's the rule?
Bro, you gotta use one hand, bro. You can't. I'm behind the mic. You gotta use one hand.
That's what the box said?
Nah, that's what I said.
he making rules about it. Okay? Like,
nah, bro, you can only use one hand. It's tough.
Alright, whatever. We'll play like that.
It's like Uno in the hood. Everybody's
Facts. It's like they own. I swear.
But you said you got through with the iPhone.
Yeah, I got through with the iPhone. So at the time, I think I had an X. I had an XR or something like that.
Okay.
And we would just use the iPhone for the camera and the iPhone for the the voice memos.
Oh, the voice memo. Okay,
Yeah.
bet.
So then we first started out trying to edit on the computer on a MacBook. But we didn't own a MacBook, so we used my cousin's MacBook, and she needed it at times. So it would take us like a week just to edit a video.
Right.
Because one, we didn't know how to do it on Premiere, and two, is the accessibility to the laptop. So it would take us like a week. So at the beginning, we came like videos of like every 2 weeks, every week. It was like we're not gonna make it doing that, like working at that rate. So we then just learned how to do it on our phones. So once we learned how to edit on our phones, we would just putting videos out of a clip, like 2 videos to 3 videos a day, 4 videos a day, 5 videos a day. We just going crazy.
So you recorded like 5-6 videos a day, edit them
on our phone,
and then put it out in one day?
Not in one day, but sometimes we would throw 3 in a day, sometimes we would throw 2 in a day. Like sometimes we would spread it out. It all depends on the amount of volume we was getting on the video.
Wow.
So if we knew a video was doing really well, we would just throw another one on top of it while the momentum is being carried from the views and the algorithm of YouTube.
And so you said you got started like in the COVID time period, correct? All right, so like Instagram was popping at that time. Like, did you use Instagram to kind of get your following over to YouTube and stuff? I know a lot of people have trouble with that because when you get on YouTube, it's a whole world of just channels. And you don't know nobody. So it's like, how did you get people to even go over to your channel?
So a lot of things I did was I would promote every day on my Instagram, even Facebook, Snapchat, every platform I had, to just get more exposure from like at least the people that knew me directly.
Yeah.
What really started to put us over the top was when we would do algorithm-based videos. So things that like I already had a lot of views on it. So for example, if a video, it was a thing called Smash or Pass at a point in time.
Oh yeah.
And that was an algorithm, so it was a trend. So we hopped on the trend as well and did it. And another thing that really put us over the top was TikTok. So I would capture a moment from my TikTok, like from a video I did. I would throw it on TikTok, and then it would go viral on TikTok.
Okay.
And then we would just direct them back to our YouTube channel because they're looking for the full video now. Because it's like, yo, who is these people? Who are these? Who are these people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that actually ultimately led to the rise of our channel.
So a lot of people do that. I hear a lot of people saying like, yo, go on this channel, and then they're gonna redirect them, right? So is that something like, I think it's common, but how did you even learn to do this, right? Like a lot of people are like, yo, this is part of the algorithm right now, right? This is hot. But are you using websites to research that? Or are you already just watching content and studying the game?
Like the trends, right?
Yeah, because I think a lot of people like student of the games, right?
So it was like a lot of trial and error, I'm not gonna lie. So like, in the beginning, a lot of people didn't really, I wouldn't say help necessarily. I actually ran into a content creator from Jersey. His name was Chunky B, I think. Chunky. Shout out to Chunky. So he basically gave me the rundown and was like, TikTok, in order to like the way to master TikTok, you gotta post. I'm saying sometimes you gotta use no hashtags. And I'm like, that didn't make sense to me because like, how do I know where to direct my audience, my videos to my audience? He said, don't use no hashtags. I said, jump for y'all. I didn't use the hashtags and I just kept doing it. And organically, I don't know why or how it worked, but it worked. It started directing my content to the people that I wanted to see. Yeah. And then from there, I was able to scale up. TikTok now has over like 800K followers on there. And on top of that, we have over like 2,000 videos. So we was like, when we received the blessing of the algorithm, we didn't let up. We kept working on it. So we kept putting out videos. Like sometimes we would post 10 videos, 10 TikTok clips in a day.
Oh, wow.
From our content, yeah.
So like you just rode the wave. Like it wasn't like a moment, because I think a lot of people, us included, right? We do every Monday and Wednesday. That's our thing. But when we see like 1 week, we'll get a lot of views for our channel. Like we're getting like 400 views sometimes, and we only have like 550 subscribers. So it's like, yo, how are we getting that much? So we wait until next week because that's when we're supposed to do it. But you didn't do that. You were like, yo, it's hot, so I'm just gonna put it out.
Yes.
Or was that because that's how we approach YouTube? Is that how you approach YouTube as well? Like rapid videos, or was that just for your TikTok more so?
So that was We did that at a point in time for YouTube too. I'm now learning that that's not necessarily the best way sometimes because it overworks the person. Like there's only two of us, so like, and you know what I'm saying, it could overwork you.
Facts.
Yeah. And it's not like I don't mind. Like I could rest when I'm dead. Like,
I feel that.
I can rest when I'm dead, but you know what I'm saying. But I have the mentality of the faster I get to it, the longer I get to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's smarter ways to do it. It's a smarter approach to do it. So once you get like out in the algorithm, you do not have to like oversaturate with your content. You can like make people wait a little bit. You don't have to. It don't have to be every single time.
Bro, it reminds me of music. It's like artists who like release songs / albums super fast, and it's like you kind of almost get used to them, so you don't really pay attention as much because it's like I know he coming with something else, even if you miss it. Versus like if you look at like the best artists like a Jay-Z, a J. Cole, and artists like those Kendrick, they wait a good amount of time before each thing, and they legends.
They build upon their craft, and it also builds up the hype. So it's
exactly.
Like it all depends. You have to know your audience, and if they supportive and they really rock with you like they say they do, they will be there. Yeah. But you also gotta be sure, like, be careful to stay in the algorithm because it's different from music in a sense, but it's similar. Like I feel like content creation and music is very like synonymous. It's like very the same, unique.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities.
So even that sense, right? Because now I'm just thinking like for us or even for you guys who are listening, I think a lot of times what we tend to do is we have like dialogue with each other to be like, yo, what's a hot topic, right? Like how do we get creative? Like what is our creative space? So I'm sure you guys might deal with the same thing. So for you, how did you get in your creative space, right? Because obviously you can look at trends, but like to put your own spin on it, to make it original, how do you do that?
So like myself and my cousin Rob, you know what I'm saying, we're always looking for the next thing, like what could we do and how could we spin it. So a lot of times he's just on the net searching. I gotta give him a lot of credit for that. He's working. He'll find something, he'll bring it to me, for example, and I would be like, okay, this works. This is trendy in a sense, but how can we make it our own now? So that's when we came and put our own spin on it. But even the point in time where like when I first started YouTube, I didn't know whether I wanted to take a workout, fitness route, or I wanted to take the entertainment route.
Okay.
So when I kind of weighed the pros and the cons, I was like, I'm gonna take the entertainment route.
Yeah.
Fitness is a whole lot of, it was more like harder. I was already in the gym, I'm a personal trainer, but I was already in the gym, I'm a very fit person, I've been playing sports all my life, but I'm like, nah, it's a different lane, it's gonna be harder to like entertain people, make people laugh, let's just go this way. It might be a little easier. Right. And at the time, we knew a lot of people in the fitness community. Shout out to Goku Pump, Bradley Gaines, Fit Life Semi, like a lot of these New York New Yorkers that are YouTubers that work on the workout community. So like we just took the entertainment route because it was going to be the easier way.
Right.
Yeah, my fault to cut you off. Like I was saying, because it's a lot of stuff is saturated, and that be the thing that put a lot of fan people heart getting into content creation. It's like, how am I going to stick out? It's like, did you ever feel a fear about that, or like, did you struggle with that at first, like finding a way to find your niche and what makes you different?
Entertainment?
Yeah, for the entertainment content.
Not in New York, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a very confident person. So it's like I see the YouTubers that are doing what they're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. No shade again. And I'm like, they could have been doing it better if they did it like this. Right. They could have been better. Like I see like where I'm very proficient, I say, in communication skills when I want to be. What I want to be. So it's like I knew like once I get in front of that person, I'm gonna leave my stamp, and they gonna like life is all about creating experience. Once you can create experience in somebody's life, you can impact them, and they will never forget you.
Right.
And whether that's virtually or whether that's in person. Once you can create that experience, you and that person like are gonna be forever locked in, like on a subconscious level, because they're always gonna remember you. Oh, you're that person. They're gonna learn about you. They're invested in you.
Right.
And that gets people to like ultimately support you.
Okay, so because now what I'm hearing is like basically communication, like capturing the emotion behind people, right, and staying on top of the trendy topics.
Yep.
So that right there, when that combines, I'm guessing that's like a recipe. So we were looking through your content to see like what was that takeoff moment, right? And it seemed like, if I have it right here, your views were getting your content was getting views, but around like that 10, 20K. But then all of a sudden I saw like 344 come up. And I think it was like where you had like 2 toxic exes in a common space. Yeah. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, I would personally watch that. Like, I don't know what makes me want to watch that, but I would watch that.
Word.
So, like, did you use the communication, the mixing of the emotion, and then the trendy topics?
Yes.
So that right there was it?
So, yeah, and then also, another thing too, you could, the longevity in this game is, you can use trendy topics, but when you become the trend or when you set the trend, you are like you're
gold.
Yeah, you're going to always have content because people are looking forward to you because you the originator. You started something that everybody else is doing, so people are going to keep clinging to you. And you're going to be able to just make mad numbers go up.
Right.
Mad money and result. A lot of things, like, you know what I'm saying. So that's really like an important thing to do. Learn how to make trends and learn how to put things in your own way.
Right.
So shout out the toxic thing was like one of our first series because we started like thinking at it like, how can I look at YouTube? It's not just a video.
It's a series.
Let's look at it as a series. Let's look at it as a show.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the first video that we really put together. Shout out to Suave and Maya. You know what I'm saying? And they were like toxic exes. You know what I'm saying? Had a real relationship. Yeah, we put them together. They just very entertaining. So we just end up being in the back, and we'd just be like,
just record this,
adding fuel to the fire. Like, yeah, just recording, asking like little slick questions, and just capturing the moment. Like, we know how to put them in a place to be successful with this crowd.
Yeah, that's what it comes to.
Jokes.
And so it's like, you know, like I was just thinking about like marketing, right? Yeah. Like getting this out. Like, what are some marketing tips you could give people? Because obviously your content has reached the masses.
I say marketing. Sometimes I feel like people view things like everything has a dollar sign behind it. Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about exposure. Like, sometimes all you have to do is, you know, network with people. But always take it upon yourself to put yourself out there. Don't rely on another man, woman to help you. Because a lot of times, you know, in my sport, they'll help their income. you have to figure it out on our own.
Yep.
And if we did get help, it was from a random stranger that probably didn't even know us. Just like I said earlier with the TikTok situation. So it was like people that I do know, I see every day. What's up? I see you working. They not really helping. You know what I'm saying?
We be talking about that.
Yeah.
They not really. They want to be a part of your journey, but they don't want to give it in, like feed you anything.
Yep.
I know a lot of people at the time when we was coming up. They had gems. They had knowledge they could share with us, but they won't help.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't look for it though, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like, you don't owe me nothing.
Fast.
Right. You don't owe me nothing at all. If you want to like, kudos to you, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't owe me nothing, so I ain't gonna take it personal. I'm just meet you at the top.
Facts.
That's a New York mentality too. That's how you do it.
But the funny thing about New York, if we all came together as collaborators and work together more, we would take over easily because New York has a higher media, like, we have a higher media rate or concentration than any other place in the world for the most part.
Yep.
So even though it's like oversaturated, if we all worked with each other, we could do a lot of big things.
Right.
You could see it too, bro. Even on TikTok, like, you could hashtag New York City or like NYC, and you could see the videos on that, bro. Like, they all viral. Like New York City is just a famous thing. Everybody wants to tune into New York, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That the whole marketing thing though, like what you just said, right? Like, people weren't helping you, and you see them every day, but they're still not helping you. So while you were probably rising on top, I'm assuming this happened to you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like a lot of people probably started hating, right? And then probably started saying like, "Yo, you're switching up." And how did you deal with that? Because your content can be taken in a way that's like, yo, how is he getting views? How's he doing this? You know what I mean? So like, how'd you deal with that?
So I wouldn't say like a lot of people might hate it, but they gonna respect it because like you're gonna have to hate or respect because you're putting up numbers. You putting up numbers. You did like 230K in a year, like in YouTube. Like that's not normal
at all.
That's not normal at all. That's very hard to do. You know, that in a year. Some people never see that in their life.
That's a fact.
Some people give up. You know what I'm saying? 3 months down the line, they give up. They just can't do nothing. So it's like a lot of people even pass 100K sometimes and fizzle out. So they reach their ceiling.
Right.
So I won't say they were hating, Nah, I'm not gonna lie, they would probably hate.
Yeah, bro, they have to.
Oh, you be humble, bro. Nah, they
I'm
hate,
trying to
bro.
keep it humble. Now I'm about to talk about shit. I'm about to talk about shit a little bit. I can say that.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
bro.
about to
Do
talk
your
about shit. Nah, a lot of people was hating. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's like I get it. But at the end of the day, I know they respected it because it's like I'm doing something you can't do, and you want to know how to do it. So you would see it in the content, people doing the same thing, similarities, and I don't mind that. Like, take what we learn, it works. Use it. You make some money. You help your family out.
Right.
You do what you got to do. I'm not a person that's gonna be like, oh, this person's on my. I don't care. Like, this is YouTube. We all taking YouTube money. We all getting money from the world. We all getting influence from the world. So I would never knock on the demand for a woman for trying to keep $1 in your pocket. But it comes down to like integrity. Don't hate me and don't like me and don't come smile on my face when you see me shaking my hand. Oh my God, I seen your video. Come on. Like, just keep it G and stay away from me.
Right.
But especially we in the YouTube community, it's like YouTube is about like who internet nerds and things like that.
Bro, we be talking about this all the time, especially in the financial space.
Nobody's tough. Nobody's like
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that I'm invincible, untouchable. Like, but
Of course.
that's not the energy that you're getting. That's not like the rap game or the music, like where it's projected to be this hyper
Violent, like
hyper violent, hyper aggressive type of energy and aura. So sometimes even the most scariest person might be so scared that he will harm you just because of that, that aura, that energy behind it. But YouTube, bro, I don't take nobody serious in this. Like, as far as like hating, like I see you going, okay, what you gonna do?
Right.
you don't even acknowledge it for real.
Dislike my I take them under the wing. If anything, I take somebody under the wing. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what did I do to you? Like, why do I make you uncomfortable with yourself?
Yeah.
Like, I be wanting to know things like that. Like, I don't know why. I just be trying to get to people on a psychological level. Like, yo, what's up with you? Like, why are you insecure in yourself that you feel as though you got to take that over me? Like, we can get money together. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, but, shout out to the haters, the lovers, the supporters.
All they can do is watch.
Honestly,
bro, it's a funny. So it's like a funny story, right? So I just won fantasy football in my league, and you know how everyone be mad competitive in that, like, because all your boys are talking smack in there. So I like put a video in there after I won, and I was like, to all my haters, to all my fans. You can hate me, you can love me, but all you can do is watch. Right? And it's true, because when you get that money, it's like, well, respectfully, you are watching, and they're literally watching.
All you can do is watch on the side, just talk like, man, and Rainbow and give your opinion that nobody cares about. Man.
And bro, we were just talking about it. I was like, yo, people, if they like you or dislike you, you're forgettable. But like, you gotta make people either love you or hate you. You gotta be polarizing to a point. You gotta be powerful enough to a point where they could either love you or hate you. That's the only how you remember. That's the only how you're marketed.
The craziest part is even when people love, like even people see the most remote hate, like the most hate, there's still people in there that really love them, and it's like those are the most genuine fans. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on what it is, like the topic of the hate, but they still like get hate. Like even in my most recent video, I posted on my Instagram, it's going up to like shooting up to like 3 million.
That's crazy.
I did the cheaters thing where I was recording. The person that was in the video, like, you know what I'm saying, he was receiving a lot of backlash. You know what I'm saying? It was a very emotional setting, so he was receiving a lot of backlash. But within that, all that backlash is still people in there supporting him.
Right.
So it's like, it's crazy. So there's always two sides to a story. It's always going to be love and hate, like you said.
That's a gem though when you think about it, because it's like you said, if people are hating you, there's a lot of energy there. So you need to offset the energy with like lovers. Like there's lovers that have the same aggressive energy on that side. So now you got two sides talking.
It's like the LeBron thing, bro.
Facts.
Like, to be fair with you, right? Are you a LeBron fan?
Yeah, I respect his greatness, of course.
Okay, so the thing,
brother.
like,
So I'm a Melo fan. I like Melo.
There you go.
That's what's up.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's my favorite player.
Yeah, so it's like with Bron, it's like, yo, he's the most loved in people's eyes, right? He could be year 50, and oh my God, he's averaging this. But then he's also the most hated because, like, it's like, yo, you're doing the most, all you're doing is stat chasing. There's very, very few people who are in between. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, but that's what makes him one of the greatest of all time.
Most talked about, yeah.
So on that topic, right? To go back to this, when did you know it was it, bro? Like, because everyone has that point where they're like, yeah, I'm making a certain amount now that I could be comfortable doing this full time. Like, when did you go full time YouTubing?
All right, so I ended up going back to school for 2021. Yeah, 2021 fall. So I was YouTubing. I was doing personal training. Excuse me. I was even working at Amazon a little prior, early to that year, doing deliveries and stuff like that.
Yep.
And the crazy thing about it, I would get off of work. Actually, I wasn't working yet. I had to stop working for a little bit because I got surgery on my left ankle. But I used to still go to the malls with a boot on. Like if you just look at my first video, you would see me. Yeah. like that's how dedicated he was. Like I didn't let nothing stop me. Drive through the snow with a boot on.
Crazy.
But yeah, during that 2021 fall, 2021, I was in school and I'm like, damn, how can I use my surroundings to put me in a better position? I'm here for school. I'm here for my degree, but at the same time, I can make use of all these resources I have, the people, the equipment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I bet. So I just try to do things on campus that would be like entertaining. And I was having some success, like things were going viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like, how can I make this? Because that's short form content. Like you have short form, you have mid form, and then you have long form.
Yep.
I'm like, that's short form content. I'm keeping their attention for about 1 or 2 minutes. That's good, but how do I scale this to YouTube? I can keep their attention for a whole 10, 15, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I would like create little stories out of the TikToks, which would engage people. Then they would come over to the YouTube channel. Then I wasn't seeing the numbers how I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I just kept going back to the lab. Then COVID came. Then I think of like the Marion. Marion variant came out. The Marion variant came out, right? Oh, that was in like.
That was 2021, like January, February, March, February.
That was December. Yeah, around that December, January. So I'm like,
Mario.
I'm not about to go outside now. Like I gotta be out here evolving now. Like I got a new level. I'm like, nah, I can't play. So I'm like,
they got another one now. It's crazy. But yeah,
they got a new update. Oh man. But that came out, so I was just in the crib just doing reaction videos. So I was just doing so much reaction videos that I was learning like what went viral, what goes viral. I'm just watching all the reaction videos. So it was like I was just doing extra studying. It's like studying film. If you play sports,
exactly,
it's like studying film. So I'm like, oh, I'm on to something.
Real student of the game.
So now, as you can see, like you said, that Toxic X video was the one I shot up. After all of the reaction videos, the first video comes out on Toxic X. So I knew how to edit that, how to put it in place to make it like entertaining to everybody.
Right.
Like on my part as a host, I was hosting a blind date, and from there it was like we figured out the formula of how to just do this YouTube thing in that lane.
Right.
And then from that point in time, that was like February. I was the end of January, February. We just was going crazy.
And you went full time into it.
And then I had to go back to school. So at that point in time, like, cause school got delayed because of the COVID. Yeah. So that was like the end of January. I went back to school. I went to Lincoln. My cousin took over, so he really started taking it off, running with like whatever we started together. Like the first 6 episodes of that series was going crazy, going all viral over TikTok, YouTube. He just took that recipe and just kept going with it. And he was really holding it down a lot while I was in school. So I was doing what I could from far away, like reactions and things of that nature. But I couldn't do as much as I really wanted to at times.
Right.
He was the one I was physically there in person. So I would just have to find unique ways to get in reaction videos, response videos, and things of that nature to keep the momentum rolling.
Right.
You ever think about the fact that I kind of think we know how we made the parallel with music, right? How like you got an artist that they're hot for like a year and then they fizzle out and they got to go back to being like a full-time worker, 9-to-5 life. Like does that ever worry you on the YouTube side, being a content creator and like losing the audience?
Losing the audience, I say it does worry me, but at the same time, I know like once I figured out how to do like viral every time, it's like I know that I will always have the attention of the people.
Right.
I just have to find the right route to take when doing so. I wouldn't say it worries me too, but I do feel as though that people need to take their money. Like for example, when you're doing YouTube, and invested in other things, like start other businesses, like because you're not. I don't feel like you can maintain your audience forever in a sense, but at the same time, you can't maintain that loyal audience forever, and new people are gonna see your videos, and like music is what's that word? When the money just keeps coming in again over and over.
Like recurring?
Yeah, it's like residual.
With residual income?
Yeah, it's like so you're gonna keep getting money from it. Like it might not be the biggest, highest, because it goes by like views. So if it's like not the highest point, it still go down, but it still has like a steady rate of residual income.
Right.
So it does worry me, but as long as you're putting your money in the right places and you like reinvest in it, doing other things, like for example, you got merch. Something that a need-based business or something you can start, but you gotta have that mindset. You gotta want to do it.
So like, how do you develop that mindset then? Because that was gonna be like the follow-up there, where it's like you obviously have YouTube money, right?
Yeah.
But then I know we spoke about the whole cologne thing that you were talking about earlier, or like branding that comes along with it. So like for people who are maybe already YouTubers or Instagram people or TikTokers, right? It's like you're a content creator, you're a creator in general. Now you're looking to take that next step. What can you tell them to like, yo, this is how you could build a brand?
So speaking of colognes, like this is my cologne brand right here.
Oh, that's fine.
It's called Touch of Gold. Me, my brother, Amon, we work on this. The cat, check it off.
Y'all see the packaging too.
I was gonna say packaging looks fire.
It's called Special Request. This is just our first bottle. We have another bottle coming in with the manufacturers. This is gonna be like, it's gonna be fire. Like just stay tuned for it. But this is Special Request, so this is like something I would make for somebody that wants a custom scent. And I could kind of smell it. It's like a little
Oh, it's sweet.
Yeah, it's like a unisex scent.
Oh, this is sweet.
A lady had wanted me to make this for, so I just brought it.
I can spray it?
Yeah.
I like that.
Just rub it in and take.
So like, how did you even start this? Like, what mindset went behind like being like, yo, I can smell it. That's what I'm saying. It smells mad good. That's what I'm curious.
Pop up. Commercial coming soon.
Oh yeah.
You have a link for it and everything?
I gotta get you. I don't have the link. I'm about to upload the link with the pre-order site and everything.
Alright, bet when you get that, we check the description below. We got y'all.
Yeah.
But basically, bro, like, cause think
get y'all
about
some
it.
bottles too. Gotta get y'all.
Appreciate it, bro.
For sure, bro.
I'm trying to get right, bro. I got some dates coming up. Like,
Single men out here.
you got a date coming up. You trying to have a wife then?
that's a fact.
I'm gonna be locked forever after that. You throw that on, she ain't gonna forget who you smell like.
She never gonna forget me. That's a fact.
That smell, I can't get over it, man. But like,
just something about it.
Yeah, exactly. I can't tell what it is. But like, how did you start, bro? What can you tell them?
This goes back to the pandemic where we had all this free time. We in the crib, house. And I had the luxury of being in a family house where I have a roof over my head, so I'm not gonna sit there. And I know a lot of people in this world are struggling to even just keep a roof over their head. Saying, I cannot take that for granted. I cannot afford to just sit on my ass and just, I'm gonna go on YouTube and TikTok today and not do anything and play video games. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to the video game players and streamers and all that. But I know that, as a man in my family, I'm like the only boy at my mom's children. Is that you got to take charge as a leader. So it's like I'm constantly thinking of ways that I don't want to just live a regular life. I know I have a big family. I don't know I want to spoil them to the end of the world. So I need to have a big income. You know what I'm saying? So that's just another stream of income. I was just thinking of multiple streams of incomes and things that I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate about smelling good. I like when I hug a girl, oh, you smell so good.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling, honestly.
I'm like, what? That means you like being close to me now. I'm saying,
Exactly.
You like your hair, you comfortable here, right?
Nah, you gotta. I can see why you blew up, bro. I can see it. Yeah, you a wise man.
I appreciate that.
The personality behind it, yeah, I can see it.
And you could be like, yo, this is my cologne. Like, that's a flex.
That's a crazy flex.
It's my own scent.
Word.
What's
This
that
is
smell?
my own scent. No, it's me.
That's
Literally.
me.
For real.
I like that. Oh, you like me? I bet.
Like that.
But yeah, so me and my I was just thinking about it, and so I called my bro Court, and I'm like, yo, how could we put this together? Well, actually, he kind of asked me. He called me one day, like, yo, what could we do to make some more bread, like extra income? Because he was on the same type of time I was, and I'm like, I bet this is my idea. Do you want to do it? He's like, yes. So then we just started working on it. We was in my mom's kitchen, my sister's kitchen, just cooking up. I sound crazy, but we was cooking up the scent. You know what I'm saying?
So you literally were making the own set.
Yeah, we had to get the buy stuff from the manufacturer, like the raw materials and all that stuff. Put it together.
That's crazy.
Test it, like make sure, like at first it wasn't even like coming out how it was supposed to. It was like half, like it was just like weird. It was just not coming out oily. It was just all types of stuff. But then we had to really do research. Go to like a perfumer's apprenticeship course. Online, learn how to do all of that stuff on that side. Get an LLC, EIN, all those things, and we were just like, all right, we're gonna perfect this craft. So we would literally write down the recipes we would make, and then we would just like give out samples, and like we would see which ones were the best results. Another thing we did was we would look up the top results, like the top results for the hottest colognes, the top notes, the different scents, like what made those scents the best selling scent.
Right.
And we would like go smell it, and then we would take something from it and make it our own. So it's like same thing, kind of like YouTube. So we would make something our own. Yeah.
Got you.
Ooh,
yeah, bro, you know what's crazy? It's his turn too.
Oh, see.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna say nothing, bro. He wasn't gonna say nothing.
I ain't trying to lose on the show.
Yo, if he loses, we gonna start over, y'all.
I cannot lose. I cannot lose.
Who's the real Rel?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I still gotta put him on top.
That's fine. So like,
yo.
do you do merch too then? Right? Like you would have your own merch maybe potentially?
I have merch. I have I didn't release it either. So
yeah. That's all about
the real Rel's in the building. Pack them up.
That's crazy, bro.
It's his show now.
Yo, how you gonna take that L, bro? That's crazy.
My fault, bro. I was
so in front of your friends and family. No,
it's the juice, bro. It's the
blame it on the juice.
It's the juice.
That's crazy. Man. So I mean,
what was the question again?
Before my man lost, bro. Damn. Now I was saying, like, how did you even like go behind like maybe merch, right? Because we have merch right now. We're in the process of putting out more merch. So stay tuned for that one.
Definitely.
But like I know we had to do a lot of research behind even branding because we didn't just want to put like a logo and call it Cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, how'd you go behind that?
So merch, it kind of dawned on me to have merch when I always wanted to do it. When my channel was like had the most motion, so I'm like, all right, let's get some stuff out there because people want to support, people want to feel more connected. So how could they feel more connected to us? So I had put out like a demo shirt. Shout out to Yanni. I'm saying she's an up and coming artist within the Delaware area. She put together a shirt for me, and I was able to capitalize off of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not capitalize yet, but like capitalize on the opportunity of having an artist that I know personally, having the supporters that would want it. Yeah. And from there, I was like, I wanted the shirt to be a symbolism of me and my channel,
right?
And my cousin. So it kind of had like the New York in the background.
Of course, yeah.
If I pull it up.
Yeah, see if you can get that, because like I'm interested because I want to get more into like even the finance side of things, right? Because like obviously we want to put y'all on the game in terms of how you became successful in this journey, right? And like how you're able to support yourself being a YouTuber and a creator. So like I want to talk about obviously the merch aspect, but how did you, I guess, go behind the financial aspect of like, yo, this is YouTube, this is where I get my money from, and how do I actually budget my money, right? Like, do I invest it right back in the business? Did you buy more equipment?
Do you buy stocks?
Do you buy like all of that?
So I say, I did have like some stocks on like Acorn, but I wasn't really familiar with stocks. I need to get more in tune with it and be more educated upon that subject. I would watch videos about stocks all the time, like stock options and things of that nature. So I have like general ideas. General like knowledge. And I was kind of like into crypto in the beginning, but I kind of like pulled back from it because I said I'm not as educated as I need to be. So that's kind of why I decided to do shirts, because I know that like the people wanted to see something that represents my channel. They wanted to support. Right. So I was like, all right, let's just do some merch, and it could be a limited edition thing. Let's just see how it goes. Like I would scale it. So for example, if I did a pre-order and then like at least more than like 40% of the expected volume I had to go out. Yeah. If it was like fulfilled, then I'm like, okay, that gives me the green light to just put this stuff up.
True.
So like in a crazy way.
This is the shirt.
Bro,
that's fire.
That is fire.
Yo, hold on. Can you actually put that in front of the camera? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit.
Hopefully it pick it up.
Hopefully it picks it up. If not, I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
True.
But basically,
So
like, was it, since you're a limited edition, like because we talk about this all the time. I think this is some gems that you guys can pick up, because if you're wondering like, yo, is it a financial literacy show? These are the gems. So you're kind of like validating if people even want this shirt, right? Before you go and get like 50,000 of the shirts.
Yeah, I'm stuck with them.
Right. So like, for people who buy shirts right now, and then y'all are tight that's not going out, this is why he didn't do that method, right?
Yeah.
So besides this, that's just one tip. Now, merch is one way of going about it. But I think one other thing you pointed out was, you know how you were saying like Acorns, right? And crypto and all that. And you realize like, yo, I'm not in tune with that side as much, and you stuck to your craft. Why did you decide to stick to your craft? Obviously, besides not knowing, crypto, because a lot of people, I think, dive into so many different things and they get confused. Yeah,
so a lot of people dive into things because it's like popular to say or it's trendy to say. I remember what was the thing that everybody was doing, Forex?
Yeah.
Oh, Forex, and then bro, the whole NFT thing that we spoke a lot about. This.
Everybody was doing Forex and NFTs because it was popular. It was like being publicized by the media.
Bro, you can't lose again, bro.
Nah, for real, I'm not betting, bro.
First one, I feel like I'm saying that NFTs and crypto, people probably made a lot of money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm like I said, I'm not knowledgeable enough to even speak on certain things, so I'll just be like, I'll shut up when it comes to certain stuff. But I feel like a lot of things, on a general aspect, people just cling to things that sound good. The idea of it sounds good, but actually, are you willing to put in the work?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying, to be successful in that field.
Yeah. And obviously, because I know, like, SK, like, shout out to you if you're watching this, bro. We were just talking about this earlier. My man's is a trainer, right? And he's like, yo, I want to get involved in a couple of different things. And I was like, bro, I could put you in touch with people to get involved with it, but make it a passive way of income and concentrate on your craft. Because I don't see, are you doing anything else? Like, obviously now you're getting into clones and branding deals, but you're still within that creative world.
Yes.
Right? You're not diving into other things where it gets super, super saturated and then you get your hands involved in too many things.
So what I'm about to, what I got coming up for 2023, I just did a vlog video about it yesterday. I didn't release it yet, but I want to get more into like actual vlogging. I want to get into more fitness. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back into like playing basketball too. I see a lot of YouTubers playing basketball. They're making a lot of money off of it. And some of them like, no, I want to take your money.
Let's talk about it.
I need that.
Yeah, what's up with the Bag Talk Exotic TV collab on the basketball? Because like a lot of y'all don't know, but we was locked in.
Yo, he used to train me. He showed me a move. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed me a little 1-2 one time. I threw it on somebody.
I remember he really threw it on somebody.
This is a true story.
For real, bro. Like, used to be every
his head. Like, it was
bad life. Every day.
And my nephews were there. They saw it. Like, they was like, oh, my uncle like that.
Nah, that was dope. We really was locked in every day, bro, grinding. You know what I'm saying? And I know you probably took that mentality and put it into this craft.
Exactly. And like we were so like fixated. Like when we get into our goal, we was doing it by any means. Like we was sneaking into the gym. Like,
Facts.
We was just making it work.
And like, you know how you just said mindset thing? I wanted to talk on that real quick because I think so it's crazy, both relevant, but it's like, I know we speak about this a lot where I think it's a certain mindset and you like to believe that you're born with that mindset, right? Because anything you do, you play ball, like, okay, you're going to put your 100% into it, right? Being a trainer, 100%. Marketing, branding, YouTube, whatever. So like, is that mindset that you have to develop it over time? Like, did you read to develop that mindset? How did you get in that mind where it was like, yo, like as you said, Times Square, you're gonna go in. It's my court. You know what I mean?
You took over whole New York.
Yeah,
like, this is my city.
Exactly. So like, can you tell people? Because I think a lot of times, bro, I'm sure you can relate. People get scared. People get nervous. But how do you break out of that to take over?
I don't want to sound cliche, like, but we all human. You know what I'm saying? We all need to sleep. We all need to eat. We all bleed. We all sweat. You know what I'm saying? We all are basically the same in the makeup, but it's like what you do with your gifts is what's gonna set you apart. You know what I'm saying? So if you know you're not the most, energetic, talkative person, do what you have to do to make up for it. Like go read a book that could teach you how to develop these skills. Take a class. Just start going out there more. Everything in this world can be developed if you put the time in. Like a lot of things, not every single thing, but a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And you could compensate for whatever you feel like you're lacking in other areas.
I'm not supposed to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
Not because like I like what you're saying. Because even you could have a business partner that could offset that. Like even me and Newsy, we offset each other in different ways because we have different strengths.
Oh, yeah.
Just like I know you even with Rod, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure y'all offset each other in multiple ways. So how'd you even like go about finding a business partner?
So like that's just my feelings, my cousin. So it's like we just do things. Also, I wanted to find a way to how to be. I'm an older cousin. How can I be more of an example? How can I be more of a role model?
So you're the older cousin, or
Yeah.
he's the older cousin?
I'm the older cousin.
Okay.
So how could I be around him more to help teach him certain things? Because I had the blessings to go away for school and learn different things from these universities, you know,
Right.
And even from the people I encounter,
Right.
professionals and other great men. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how can I teach him certain stuff? And he teaches me certain stuff too all the time. So it was just like a sharing of knowledge, a collection of knowledge. He's also like a very hard worker. He's very like to it. I'm more of a calculator. I'm very hard working too, but I'm more of a calculator. He's just gonna go. As soon as he sees the opportunity, he's
That's
gonna
funny.
go. I'm like,
Everyone has the same story, bro.
I'm like, hold on. That might not be the best route. Hold on. Slow down.
Yeah, that's really us, bro.
That's why y'all both rel. That's
Yeah,
literally why
bro, we
you
the
both
same,
rel.
bro.
Yeah,
He's like Ryan in this situation.
I'm the person. Even shout out to Rashawn if you're watching. Like,
You gonna take that risk?
I'm just going, bro. Like, I like to, and I got this. Honestly, I think it's the ideology behind it. Like, we can talk about that too, where you guys might have read something. I'm really a big believer in this. I'm sure both of y'all read something or saw something which makes you calculated, right? Like, if you go back in time, you really go back to it. For me, I remember listening to a podcast, and it was a Reid Hoffman podcast. So shout out to Reid Hoffman, obviously. And he said something. He's like, "Yo, if you wait to release something and launch it until it's perfect, it's never gonna be perfect, and you waited way too late." And that got me thinking. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm just learn to swim by jumping in. And if I drown, it's not possible to drown because I'm gonna get out. You know what I mean? And that's why I just dive in everywhere, which is funny because he likes to be like calculated with what he's doing.
Yeah, I'd like to dive in too.
Exactly.
Like, I like to dive in. Like, I like to get in there, but it's also a level of like, I want to do this the right way.
Yeah.
I don't feel like no way is perfect.
Nah.
Like, nothing is perfect. I feel like everything is. Some things are special. They're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like look at anything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a tree, a beautiful tree. You're like, oh my God, it's perfect. It's not necessarily perfect. It's got all these different turns, cracks, branches broke, twisted, holes in it. But it might be a beautiful tree. It's not perfect, but it's special. Special to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at things. I try not to look for perfection. I try to look for how can I make this special.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I also compare it to I like comparing like sports. So especially in this YouTube game, sports, music, I love it because it's like you can use it's endless analogies. So I know like and endless ways to make bank in this game. So for example, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron, they all great basketball players.
Yeah.
They all do differently. They all still get to a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So in different ways.
Right.
Same thing with YouTube music and content creation. You could be the best, like you could still be all great players or great creators, but you just get into it in different ways.
Right.
That doesn't take away from your greatness though.
Yo, so that part, right? I think it's like low key cliche. I'm sure you guys hear about this all the time, like the abundant mindset. And I keep on hearing about this more and more and more because like I'm in the car rental game, right? And a lot of people are like, yo, if you put people onto cars, like they're taking away money from you. But you don't think like that right now, it sounds like. Like, there's many ways and many YouTubers, but you know that you can still get to it if you're in your own lane.
Exactly. And then at the end of the day, what makes you special is you as your own unique person. Like, for example, you could have a TV show and you could be the main character and he could be a side character, for example. But they're going to love him too. So when he's not there, it's not as good. It's still like a dynamic creates something special, and then you're doing so well. He probably doing so well too that he gonna get his own show too. He gonna get a spinoff, just because of what he contributed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like your opportunity is laying dormant. Don't think too far ahead sometimes and just block your blessings. Sometimes you have a good safety net that you could really work and develop yourself. Use it to your advantage, and then when you're really ready, you just move forward.
Yeah.
Move forward.
So
I like the question. So you said something about what developed you to be calculated.
Yeah.
When I was a child, 5th grade, I had a teacher. Shout out to Ms. Dawes. I had a teacher and she taught us how to play chess. So we played chess with he had Mr. Higgins. Shout out to Mr. Higgins. He was like a chess master, within the New York community. He played chess all over the world. He taught me how to play chess, and when I learned how to play chess, it kind of like
that craft
it calmed me down too, because I was as a child, very emotional. I would do a lot of fight, just do rash decisions. Like I would curse my teachers up. I'm not gonna lie, I told my teacher like a lot of, I can't say that right now. A lot of disrespectful things, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like in my corner, like she saw that like I was probably going through something, and I probably was like lacking affection, attention, something. But she saw that within me and learned that, all right, he needs to channel this and put it somewhere else.
Right.
And that's when I started playing chess, and I was just doing real good with that. Like I was winning trophies, going all over the city. So I from like 5th grade to 6th grade, I was just running it up in the chess community.
And bro, you see what I'm saying? There's always that moment. If you really go back to it, I'm sure there's a moment that made you think like that too. Because we all had that. So I think a lot of times, like, this is a lesson for y'all if you're listening, right? Don't just be calculated or do not be calculated. Like, go back in life and really reevaluate everything that happened. And that exact moment is what makes you you. And you guys have your own different strengths behind it. For y'all like calculate it and you like to take risks as long as it makes sense, right? And that's perfectly fine. There's no right way to do it, right? I like to just jump in, and if I take an L, it's like, okay, I learned my lesson and I go forward. To me, that makes sense. To you, it might not. So, but every moment in life has some type of way to make you who you are. So I think that's the message I want to get from that story.
Yeah. And so you mentioned like moving forward. So like even just talking about moving forward now, like what would you say is up next for you and Exotic TV?
There's a lot of things in store, but like first and foremost, I want to make sure that my goal is, you know what I'm saying, my promise to myself, my goal, and I want to get to 1 million on YouTube. And I figure I found a niche and a way to do so. Yeah. I just need to put in the work. But I also want to grow within the New York community and connect with a lot more people, a lot more creators. I feel like we all spread out, we all isolate. Let's tighten this up. Let's get it together. Right. I feel like a lot of cities, they work with each other. Like I have people I know in Florida, they all come together. People I know in Atlanta, they all come together. So I want to kind of tighten that up, within the New York community to the best of my ability. I don't know how well I'm gonna be at it, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah. And like I guess to that point what you just said, right? What's next? And you're saying networking, basically, and connecting with different people. How do you plan to, I guess, network, right? Like, are you using mentors, like if you have any?
So, what I've been doing, like, during my journey of like to the rise of where we are now, I've been like to myself a lot. I'm gonna say I'm to myself. I'm a social person now when I want to be, but like I just been working on my craft, developing my product, making it the best to my ability. When I do go out though, it's very purposeful. I go out with the intention to connect, to build. Like I see it as an opportunity to further myself, further my brand, and to just further my bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also further connections. I like building genuine connections and bonds with people.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that, bro, because that's really what you're kind of vouching for. You're trying to build the overall community. Yeah, right?
I'm really going for the impact. At the end of the day, as long as you have impact and people respect you, you can always stay relevant. And it's bigger than just being relevant. It's like you change people's lives.
Yeah.
I always say impact over income.
Yeah.
I always say that.
That's a fact.
It's very important to have an impact because like you don't know, like sometimes like I could be having my worst day, it could be down, but I know somebody's watching. I know somebody needs me to be the best version of me. Somebody needs Rel to be Rel so they can uplift them too. Like I know a lot of the time I talk to people, they tell me that I motivate them, and like I would never know that. I would never they tell me like there's a bunch of times I ran into people with some junk. And they like, oh, Rel, like, I would that one conversation you had me that day, and I'm not even saying it to my own. I'm just like, wow, like, I didn't know I can impact you like that.
Yeah.
It touches me that I'm like, damn, I gotta keep doing this to make it go even harder.
Yeah, bro, you're not tuning your own horn. Like, we get it, like 100%.
We're
like
also similar.
Yeah.
It's actually weird how similar we are.
It's on this journey, right? I think when you create a platform, and even for y'all who are trying to create a platform, you have to be okay with realizing that you have to be the best version of you every day. Like, even if you're having a bad day, right? Like, we might have been out just doing work all night, but we still showed up today to record, right? Yeah. We don't even know what you went through yesterday, but it's like you might have had the worst day possible, but you're still here. So that's something y'all have to take away. But just understand it's a lot of time and effort. So you have to be able to take that time and sacrifice it to make the better version of yourself.
Because you gotta know what you're getting into, and that's the quote unquote burden you take on as a leader. Like
as a creator, I would say.
As a creator for a fact, but even just like on the sense of leadership, to where it's like you said, you could be going. It's what you asked for, and you might not have nobody to lean on. You might be the person that everybody else is leaning on. You need somebody to lean on too, but like they say check on your strong friends or whatever. But at the end of the day, like you got to still get up and be the best version of you, because they counting on you. So it's like, I'll worry about me later.
Right.
Like even like I got to work crazy 24 hours, and I'm still gonna get up and do what I got to do, put a smile on my face. I might, but when I'm now learning like to communicate more, like I might tell somebody in advance, like my energy's not really where it need to be today.
Right.
I don't really want to be around too much people, but I still like try my best to talk and communicate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've learned within myself.
True. And
like he said, impact is very important, because I even remember back to, like I said, we was training together. Like a lot of the times he would tell me certain stuff like, yo, do it this way. But I'll keep that with me to this day. Like I can't shortcut this. I gotta go forward. I gotta go all the way through. Like you know what I'm saying. And then another thing that he said to me that stuck out, like I don't know, can I share this? Like the song. Did you show me the song? He made a song, and it was like, and he said, within the song, he said, it was called 21, right?
I think 23. 23? I think it was 23. But
right, 23. Within the song, he was talking about like an accident he went through. He said, your bag is your bag, MCM or Jan Sport. And that always stuck with me, because it's like, it don't matter how you get to the bag, it don't matter how you make it in this world, but it's just yours.
Right.
It don't matter if it's Jan Sport, which is looked upon as just a regular brand, or MCM, which is looked upon as a luxury high-end brand. As long as you get into it, you're making a living for yourself, you're putting your best foot forward.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret it.
That's exactly what I meant.
Bro, this man be dropping like quotes and bars like for days, and it be sticking with you too. Like it really be sticking with you.
I appreciate you, and that's see, like you don't even know, like when you say something and stick with somebody, that's fire. Because I remember writing that, your bag is your bag, MCM and Jansport. That's it, man.
Yeah. Which is crazy, right? Because I think one of the biggest things, bro, between being a creator, being someone who's motivational, or just being a regular leader, is you don't realize what you're saying half the time, and sometimes you're really just being genuine. And I think that's what separates being a good person from being someone who's just trying to chase clout. I think sometimes people will say stuff because they know it's going to go viral, and that's not really them. You know what I mean? And versus someone who actually is saying stuff behind when the cameras are off and lights are off. So I think from the vibe I'm getting right now, you're the latter, where you just say stuff because you actually mean it.
Yeah, I definitely mean it. And everything I do, a lot of times I mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when we're like working with other people or like collaborating like this, like I know everybody. One thing I hold myself high on everybody I've ever worked with. You know what I'm saying? They've benefited. They've been in a better place afterwards. You know and I could always attest to that.
That's fire.
And I love that. You know what I'm saying? It shows that
you bring value.
I bring value to the
legacy.
And the thing is, like before we go to rapid fire, right? I want to do one thing where it's like you kind of, bro, give a recap of everything. I think you dropped a lot. Like I literally wrote down like clip ups I'm gonna do for this. So it's like I want you to kind of recap everything where it's like these are top 3 or top 4, whatever things that they need to be doing as creator to really kickstart their journey on becoming who they can be in 2023.
So first and foremost, find your niche, find your lane, find your why. What do you do? Why are you doing this? What is your reason? Find your third most important thing. It might be your second, it might be your first, but you need to find the time to dedicate to this craft. Put the time in, like no excuses. Every day you got 24 hours. Wake up, you work a job, work for yourself sometimes. Like if you want to do this internet thing, you want to be a content creator, you have to find creative ways to make it work. Number 3, find yourself, get yourself on a routine, a schedule that you stick to, that you can develop these good habits to get out content, to work. Number 5, find a team if possible. You don't need it necessarily at first, but find your lane if you can have, even if it's your cousin, or your mother, your father, anybody that could just assist to help take off, a lot of the load that's on you. It's the top 5, right?
Yeah,
that's
whatever it is.
That's the top 5 right there.
So hopefully y'all got that and you all take action. But, bro, go ahead, do your thing right now.
All right, so we got some rapid fire questions. Try to answer these as quick as you possibly can. This is just more so outside of the YouTube, outside of the financial life. This is just for all the people listening, whether it's your women fans, your men fans, anybody, right? So One, are you in a relationship? And when was the last one, if not?
I'm currently not in a relationship. Last relationship.
He said 24 hours ago.
A couple months ago, probably.
Okay.
I consider that a relationship, yeah.
Okay. I bet.
That was a relationship, yeah.
What would you say what's your favorite movie?
A lot. I like Dope right now. I like Dope, the movie, you know what I'm
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
In recent eras, I like Dope. When I was a kid, I used to like Jurassic Park. I used to like bad movies like Don't Be a Menace and South Central while drinking juice and all that.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I had that on the DVD. But yeah, those like top 3 right there. Scary Movie 2 was fire too. I'm not gonna lie.
Real life, hilarious. And what's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius.
I don't know what that means.
Sagittarius. The best sign, y'all. The best sign.
I didn't get my mom's is that sign.
What months? I don't even know what that is.
That's November, the end of November to like.
Do I know anyone that's time?
To December, because my ex is a Sag.
Oh, that's tough.
But my mom's is also Sag, so.
Don't put your.
No, man.
Traumas.
Next question, please. Next question.
Shout out to his ex.
Shout out to my ex if you watching. It's all love.
Oh,
name yesterday.
It's all love, bro. It's
you
all
can never
love.
forget the pain. No.
Chill. It's all love. I promise. Favorite vacation spot?
My favorite vacation spot so far that I've been to, just because of the experience, was Cancun.
Cancun's fire.
Wow. That's a fact.
How many travel more though?
Yeah, me too. I feel you that. How many siblings you have?
So I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie to you. My father was lying.
My father was wildin'.
But I got like, hold on. I got 4 sisters from my side. My other sister. About 9.
Wow.
10 siblings.
Wow. Okay. So what's up? What do you look for most in a woman?
I look for, woman to be mature. Like she gotta look good too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see. I like what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But, mature. Know how to carry yourself. I want you to know how to articulate yourself, your emotions, your feelings. I want you to be able to hold yourself accountable because that's very important to me because I'm holding myself accountable.
Right.
And one more thing, I want them to.
She got like the cologne.
She got like the cologne. She got like my son. I mean, they always like the son. They always like my son, whatever it may be. But yeah, you gotta be able to match my energy. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I like to chill, and then sometimes I'm like I be up hype as hell. Like you gotta match my energy.
Facts.
In all aspects.
You already know how that go. Hobbies outside of social media.
I want to get back into playing basketball more. I like fitness. I like going to the gym, working out, recording, doing little vlogs like that. I like doing community work. Like I like going out doing like giveaways, givebacks, helping out within my community. I like throwing up social events. I'm trying to start doing it more than I'm out of school. When I was in school, I was throwing a lot of social events, like to engage the community. Yeah. Another hobby I like to do, I like to like watch different documentaries and different like content creators because it gives me more gems.
Yeah.
Like different. Like sometimes I might be watching Animal Planet, it had nothing to do with.
Right.
But the way they describing it, I'm like, oh shit, I could use that in my.
Yeah.
Real student.
Game.
So, and then also, I got one more. I want to get back into playing chess, too, and stuff like that. And I'm into like photography too and videography a little bit. I started to gain a knack for that.
That's fine.
And I've been dabbling with like production with music.
Oh, deadass?
Yeah, because I had a nephew, R.I.P. Tom, but he was doing music and stuff like that. So I would like try to help him with it.
Yeah.
So we got an album coming out actually on the 10th for this month.
Right.
Yeah.
Copy.
Your future is bright, bro. I already see it. You got a lot coming. You really just getting started, but all right.
Shout out to Wani.
Word for a fact.
Yeah.
Would you rather date a woman with a 10 out of 10 personality and a 4 out of 10 on the looks, or reverse, right? The 4 out of 10 personality and a 10 on 10 looks.
That's so tough. Honestly, let me not speak on this.
And the looks and the 4 out of 10 on the personality.
I'd rather you speak on this, bro.
Oh my god.
That's so tough.
What is the 4? Nah, I'm not doing a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. the short, I'm confident in my ability. Like she could be a 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna get her to tighten up. Like she gonna come correct. Like,
You gonna change her personality?
Her personality's gonna change. I have that impact. A lot of times I see a girl, she might treat this man a certain way. She get around me, she act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? It's a real respectful interaction.
That's a fact. Now I low key take the same answer. Same way. Don't lie.
4 out of 10 personality gonna shoot up to about 8.
Okay,
I'm not gonna make her perfect. That's not my job, but she gonna. I got that effect.
Is it? Have you ever been cheated on?
I don't. Not to my knowledge. I'm like, did I have it with you? It don't count when you like a kid, right? Like,
wait,
listen,
like,
I got
how
cheated on in 7th grade, bro.
Like
that counts?
Like that counts,
Bro.
That
That's why I don't trust nobody no more.
That doesn't count,
Bro, I took her back in 8th grade and she cheated on me again, bro.
Bro, it's middle school.
It's trauma though.
It's trauma, bro.
People do like men get their heart broke at that age, and it's like
that's why he is doing it
for the rest of their life.
Or everything, son.
He be bumping that song. The toothbrush, my shoes.
It hurt more, I think, back then. I got cheated when I was like 10. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, son.
So younger than 7th grade, bro.
Yeah, that's about most
Yeah, like it's whatever though. We don't even care. You see, we get into it now.
I don't care though no more. I really don't care. Like a lot of the times, like bro, I was a petty dude growing up. Like my girl could laugh at another boy joke too hard, and I'm like,
Copy.
He goes home. Yeah, nah, that laugh is outrageous. Who do you think you are laughing at another man's joke like
that
this?
hug next to me too hard. I'm like.
Since when did he become funny? Like, that's crazy.
Fighting with another. I just want to talk to them for the rest of the week, and then they gonna just keep trying to talk to them. I'm just looking at them like, and then they just be over. Like, and then I talk to them probably later on, but we're not on that type of time no more. But I'm just to know them, bro. I'm not doing that.
Two more. Is it better to be single or in a relationship?
It's better. It all depends on the aspect of life you want. Like sometimes, like me myself, I know right now, I could manage. Like I have the skills to manage a relationship, to be in a relationship, a loving relationship. But with my craft, I dedicate so much time to it, so it would be very unfair to the lady that I would be dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
She would have to understand that
the time commitment.
The time commitment. I'm in a growing mode. I'm trying to build. So that you might not be able to get all this attention that I normally would be able to divert to you. So it's all about balance. If you could balance a young lady, you know what I'm saying, the right way, then do so. But I know, like, I'm being honest and I'm being with myself, and that's what I have to learn too. That's why I kind of the last one didn't really work to the best of abilities. Is that I had a lot of time to dedicate to other things, so I could put myself in a better place in the future. Yeah. So I could be the man or the husband that you would want me to be, the father to my kids that you would want me to be, because we getting to that age where kids is a thing now.
Yeah.
I don't got no kids, but you got to think about that. Like,
no, 100%.
No, that's real, bro. So last question: would you rather have one solid girl for the rest of your life, or unlimited women, but you don't really connect with none of them?
Oh, one solid girl, solid girl.
Right.
You find one right girl, you good. That's worth more than like.
We're wholesome. You know what I'm saying? It's a great show.
Black men don't cheat.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
That's a last. Yeah, that's a cherry on top, bro.
Cherry on top, man.
You give a nice little lamp to the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like, where my wife at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just chill, hold it down. I'm coming real soon. Let me just finish getting to what I gotta do.
You know what's crazy? I said the same thing during COVID, bro. Like 2020, I made like a funny video. I got mad DMs on it because it was like a Beyonce song with Kobe, XO. Yeah. So I played that song and I put it in the background. And I was like, yo, if my wife was listening to this, don't worry, baby, I'm coming. You're gonna hold it down. You're gonna wash your hands in 2020, and then I'm gonna catch you in 2024 when COVID's gone. And I got mad DMs on that.
He said, I was shooting at his DMs, you know what I'm saying? He's saying he's about to find a wife too now.
That's all it is.
He said, give him one more year though. He's not done.
2023, we got work. We got a lot of work.
We still locked in.
But man, we just want to say thank you, bro, for this because this was dope. I know I'm sure y'all got some gems from it. We're gonna before we put it, give your shout out to all your socials.
On my social media platforms are Exotic TV on YouTube, Mellorel NYC on TikTok. Another page that supports us is Child Support on TikTok as well. My Instagram is exotic TV _rel, RELL, and Exotic TV _ Raw. That's my cousin. That's not here today. It's the other member of Exotic TV.
That's fire, bro. And once again, thank you. Bro, you got any last words?
Man, like I said, like he said, I mean, thank you, bro, for real. Like, cause like I said, like we met on the basketball end back when we was trying to make the league every day. You know what I mean?
And it's funny because my friend that I do the clones with court, he kind of connected us too. So
Yep.
everything just
Court,
it's a very small world, bro.
Everything come full circle.
I swear, bro. Who would have thought, like, you know, a few years later, like, look where we at, you know what I'm saying? Look where you at, especially you really doing your thing, and I'm proud of you for real.
Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. So, once again, appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I'll be here anytime you need me to come back. Let me know.
Appreciate you, bro. If y'all start watching, thank you. We appreciate you guys. So just do us a quick favor and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
and you don't want to miss them. Once again, thank you. Make sure you check out the next video that we dropping. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Make sure y'all follow these guys. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all show all the love y'all can. Word, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm about to pull up through the camera. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Gangsta.
And your boy won. I took home a W.
He did.
I gotta speak on that real quick.
He did. I ain't gonna lie.
But you know, have a blessed one, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate the support. Let's keep going to the top.
You ready?
Soundstripe.